We finally get an opportunity to look at one of my favorite shows, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. I think that it's a really good mix of what dating is in real life, you know, the worries that people have and why America is so lonely and single today. Because this is the actual perspective of what dating is in modern day times.
My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, the women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that.
Look, we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of the man that's going around the internet called the Ninja Turtle Man. Weapon X, as he's known to on Instagram. So if you don't know the premise of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, it's a dating show where Arlette, the host, will walk somebody out. People get to pop their balloon based off of answers, responses, or just first looks. And when I tell you, it is some of the greatest content in the world because you get to see people's authentic selves when they are actually pursuing somebody. Some people are followers, some people are leaders, but most people are entertaining nonetheless.
Our next single guy. Hello, welcome.
Oh,
My name's Aaron. I'm a licensed plumber.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous, not cleanly.
now Aaron is a man of simple means. He knows what he wants. Somebody not promiscuous. And he knows what he doesn't want. Somebody who is promiscuous. I don't know how much more simpler that can be. But the interesting thing that I find out about this is the way that Aaron gives responses and the way that also these women criticize Aaron. Now, them saying him wanting certain things or him responding to certain questions by labeling it as disrespect, I find to be totally insane. For a lot of these women, he didn't disrespect them.
For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or I wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show.
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. That's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
The comment you made didn't really. I like a more humble person, not someone that responds so defensive-ish.
That's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just,
Yeah.
all I can do is be honest,
I mean,
you know?
yeah, be honest.
I
Be your
came
authentic
over
self.
here to,
That's okay.
to find a match
Sure.
that wasn't matching. That's
Sure, I
all,
mean-
Queen.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
She all right. You're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No
You know,
disrespecting.
but if I seen you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Look, some of these are just the harsh realities of somebody giving their exact, concise answer as to what they want and what they don't want. They ask the question, he's giving a response or an answer. I don't think it's anything much crazier than that, to be honest with you. Now, when he does get into this lady's arm here, that can definitely be seen as disrespectful. I can't lie to you.
My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't do
arms.
too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
Another thing to mention in this is they're calling him arrogant or disrespectful or something like that because of the way that he responds. This is a very interesting concept to me because it's showing that most people don't see a lot of people with confidence in their speak or their demeanor. Now, I can't not say that Aaron doesn't get disrespectful to some of these women on his platform. Arlette even has to cut some of the footage out because the stuff he's saying is just, it's too much. It's a back and forth.
Originally I was not gonna pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. I don't want to say I'm argumentative, but I don't want my man to argue back with me because then I feel like it's gonna always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon. You a little sassy, just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm gonna get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it.
Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So, and I do real
hold on.
estate
I live
and property management.
I live
So what you
downtown.
do ain't
I live
nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen, and you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with me.
everybody not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And
ain't
the
in
one
my
that you
type.
wanted popped
If I
your
seen,
balloon.
that's fine.
See, most of the time when Aaron is even being disrespectful to these women, it's because they brought some disrespect to him. And that's the type of stuff that honestly gets overshadowed in this because a lot of times in situations, people, when meeting people, especially women, feel like they need to be met with some humility or grace or something like that. Just maybe more of a calm demeanor. But to be honest with you, I don't think that that's necessarily true if you come with confidence and you speak directly. What I saw was him speaking direct, and the only time that he took it there is when somebody else took it there. Now again, some of the comments, the hairy arm stuff, potentially could have been saved for a later date. I will say that wholeheartedly. He is kind of shaped a little oddly, but that's him and his liking, and some other people don't like that. But given the opportunity to disrespect somebody like the one in the blue dress did, see how she disrespected him? It makes no sense. I think it's a testament to a good person when they are able to handle rejection like the best way or, you know, in a positive way as opposed to some negative way. We've seen that on this show before, so it's not anything new.
First impression is everything. thing, and it was the fit for me.
And what about his fit was not it for you?
It just seems like we're going to a basketball game, and this is not a basketball game. So yeah.
I like basketball.
Is this what you would typically wear on a date? Because it's kind of a date, You're meeting them for the first time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what people think, and I'll wear what I want to wear. I have really nice clothes. I can go for any occasion, from tuxedo to this. You're very beautiful.
Thank you.
I love your eyes.
Thank you.
I like your hair, and I love your jeans. They're really fly.
See, now that's a positive way for both parties to handle rejection. It's not going the most ideal way for either of them. The man is getting rejected and the woman is getting compliments. That's so ideal, but it doesn't always happen like that. I will say though, those two are very mature people. She stated something that she didn't like without getting disrespectful. He accepted it and was able to be honest and open and not use that as a got you moment for a way to disrespect her. Kudos to both parties involved. And it's funny because through all that disrespect, all that laughing, dancing, and making the internet go mad about who he is and how he portrayed himself and how quote unquote disrespectful he was, Aaron still left with some type of woman here. Some people regard her to be the baddest one, his woman of choice. He claimed to only have 2 people there, but Aaron left with that person. I will give him some grace here because I think Aaron was his very authentic, genuine self. If we look on his Instagram page, very_handsome, he has this level of confidence, whether you call it cockiness or disrespectful, whatever you want to say, it's clearly there on his day-to-day life.
What's going on, y'all? This has been a show. First and foremost, when I came on intention,
See, I hate the concept that you have to come with some sort of humility and grace or whatever the case may be when you're meeting somebody new, or even just in general. If you are confident in what you have, you've built yourself up to be a certain type of person, lifestyle, or whatever the case may be, you should be able to flaunt it and flex it. And also, let's be clear, there's a double standard here, I believe, because a lot of the times there's a certain type of person who is able to show off their body, their assets, and be comfortable and confident in their skin. But when it comes from a certain other type of person, and it's not to your aesthetic or whatever the case may be, you're not able to do that, and people are wanting to and willing to downplay you. If she's got a fat ass, she's gonna show off her fat ass, but because he's short and has muscles and that's not what you like, you don't want to see that. Now, capitalizing off this success, Aaron has a great interview run where he brings up some very interesting concepts when it comes to dating and, some of the ideas in life that happen when a woman meets a man.
All I did was just let her know, hey, you did me a favor, because if you're not interested in me, because I could have wasted a month of my time taking you out, going to the movies, wasting my unlimited texting, wasting my unlimited data, FaceTiming you, because these women have a problem with giving men reassurance. Right. They swear, reassuring a man makes you insecure. I don't have no problem reassuring you. Baby, go through my phone. I want that security, and I want to give you that security as well.
He brings up a good point here because most oftentimes dating is simply a pony show. We spend time putting on a facade and these fake personas of who we want to portray to the other person, the potential partner in this situation. And we continue down that path until we realize it can no longer go further because we have to explain that, hey, simply, I'm not attracted to you. I don't like you. You were never really my type. I just wanted to get to know you. So again, I don't feel like it's personally disrespectful when he says you're doing me a favor, especially because on the masculine side of things, you have to put out time, effort, and energy funds when you're courting. That is the perception of how dating is supposed to go. I'm putting out funds just to figure out that you don't like me from the very jump. If you weren't attracted to me, then it is what it is. That's why I didn't like when Kayla, the one in the blue dress, kept her balloon, because if you felt like he was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Hulk, stocky build, or whatever the case may be, pop it from the jump and keep it pushing. I actually applaud the people that pop it from the beginning. Hey, there's no sorts of attraction here. Let's keep it pushing. Don't waste my time and my funds in this inflated society. Even his stances on confidence actually make a lot of sense when given a lot of time to elaborate. People in real life have insecurities and try to project them onto others.
What is the real breakdown that you were trying to give on the show that you kind of didn't get the time to break down?
I am the embodiment of confidence. Being confident is not being arrogant. You can't mistake the two. I am well aware that everything on earth was created to be subservient to man.
Now, I can't speak to all that masculine stuff that he was talking about. I think that some of that stuff is nonsensical. But what he's showing is the problems with a lot of people when it comes to dating in society. And I love the show because of that, because it highlights those things. People aren't straight straightforward. People like to play games. People like to act like everything is a show or performative, when there are people who are genuinely out there trying to find real life connections and real life love. I watch this show a lot, so I see a lot of times where people just don't make sense as to reasons why they don't pop balloons or pop balloons, when they should just be honest and forthcoming with the situation at hand.
Pop, I'm sorry.
Okay. Why do we end up popping?
The energy, I feel like I'd want someone to ask more questions for me to get to know me better. That's all.
On the show?
I think there's like baseline foundational
I just
questions.
feel like there's a time and place for everything.
Sure.
That makes no type of sense. You want me to ask more questions? Let's go out on a date. That doesn't make any sense at all. She was physically unattracted to him. She should have just said that. Another thing that's kind of weird in these situations is the fact that Aaron, the very handsome Weapon X guy, got fired from his job because of the way that people responded to the clip. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that something like this has happened. And oftentimes, I do think that it is very strange when people find people, search them up, and then get them fired from a plumbing gig, literally because you didn't like his internet responses to an internet dating show that had nothing to do with you. He didn't say anything that was anti-Semitic, racist, homophobic, or anything like that to say that he was a bad person inherently or something like that, or he was intolerant. Literally, he is a plumber, can do his plumbing job, but because y'all flooded his work with, you know, all these calls and stuff like that, now he has no job. I think that that's just unnecessary in those situations and just shows how bitter some people can be. Honestly, I love Pop the Balloon or Find Love because it gives a good lens of dating, because a lot of people are delusional, and this gives a sense as to why so many people are single and will continue to be single, is because they don't take dating seriously. It's funny.